They fought in scorching deserts and frozen forests under other nations' flags, yet their bravery reshaped the outcome of World War II. This is the untold battlefield truth of African soldiers who helped win the war. When we talk about World War II, we name generals, tanks, and battles, but often forget the millions who were not European or American. From West Africa to North Africa, from colonial battalions to conscripted divisions, African soldiers served on front lines and supply chains and as pivotal support that changed the tide. Imagine 1940 British, French, and Belgian empires mobilized men from colonies across the world. In North Africa, soldiers from Sudan, Nigeria, Ghana, then Gold Coast and South Africa fought Rommel's Africa. Their endurance in desert campaign, scouting, guarding supply lines, and engaging in fierce firefights saved Allied positions when reinforcements were across the Mediterranean. The Free French drew on troops from West and Central Africa who provided crucial manpower during the liberation of France. In Madagascar and in Italy, African units bore wounds, frostbite, and exhaustion so others could adapt. But their contribution was more than numbers. African labor battalions kept railways running, rebuilt bridges, and transported fuel and weapons across hostile terrain. In Burma, West African regiments pushed through monsoon mud to flank Japanese positions. Those jungle and mountain campaigns were grueling, and African soldiers proved adaptable and relentless in environments far from home. Despite their sacrifices, the story rarely made it into post-war histories. Many returned to colonies expecting recognition and rights, but found unmet promises. Veterans faced discrimination, lower pensions, and silence and yet their service sowed seeds of change. Returning soldiers brought back new ideas about freedom and dignity, helping fuel independence movements across the continent in the decades after the key moments. The West African Frontier Force and the Gold Coast Regiment were vital in the Burma campaign, and Sierra Leone contingents served across Africa. The 1st and 2nd South African divisions fought through North Africa and Italy at great cost. North African campaigns depended on colonial labor and infantry for logistics and scouting, roles as critical as frontline. Personalize it. Picture Private Ahmed, a courier racing along a desert track under bombardment. Corporal Amina, a nurse in a field hospital treating hundreds of wounded. A West African porter hauling supplies through jungle mud so an Allied battalion could hold a ridge. These human stories make the scale of sacrifice real. Detailed scene. Imagine the scene in vivid color. Dusty uniforms, the clank of boots and nurses' trembling hands, the smell of diesel and antiseptic, and a soldier whispering a promise home. These human details make history immediate and visceral, helping viewers feel the stakes and the courage of individuals who rarely get named in historical context. To understand why this mattered, consider the geopolitical context. Empires stretched, resources thin, racial hierarchies warped recognition, and post-war politics often erased colonial contribution. This context explains not only what happened, but why the stories were hidden. Legacy, the long-term consequences reshape nations. Veterans returned with new political ideas. Families that had lost loved ones rebuilt communities, and monuments where they exist stand as contests between memory and forgetting. Honoring this legacy is also about addressing unfinished justice, why it matters for today. This history informs present debates about recognition, reparations, education, and collective. Seeing the connection between past and present gives viewers a compelling reason to care and to act. Call to action and SEO. If this moved you, comment with your thoughts, subscribe for more forgotten histories, and share. Remembering these details helps preserve